Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2022 as we continue our crash test dummy playthrough, because that's apparently all we're good at right now, is crashing. I get it. Hogger's bad. I get it. He's crashing on his own. He has no excuse. And we will be getting rid of him at the end of the season. But Theo, poor Theo. I mean, come on. Especially in that last race. I still can't get over it. It's been a few days for me since I last recorded that last episode, and I'm still in mourning, quite frankly. But anyway, let's get into this and see if we can actually finish a race for once. We'll finish the race without injury, I suppose. Anything we got to look at here? I think I already looked at the inbox, didn't I? I did. Let's check out the race here. Performance targets. Nothing. What? Oh, I was reading this wrong. It was like 2 of 5. Have we already gotten this once? No, I think it's just saying 2 drivers and we need a streak of 5. I think that's what that means. I'm assuming, because I'm pretty sure we haven't qualified 15th or higher. Yeah, there's no way. I know we haven't. So a little confusing there for a second. But anyway, missing car parts, huh? You're missing an entire chassis. Oh, do we only have... Wait, what? No. We have only got 1 chassis, really? I didn't know we only... I guess we do. Wow, that's a little scary. 1 chassis. Well, then we definitely need to make a chassis. When's our next race? 4 days. Okay, we need to make an emergency chassis. We actually get to use the emergency button for once. I'm assuming. Yeah, because Rush wouldn't be fast enough. Okay, well, let's get us an emergency chassis out as soon as possible. And go from there. I didn't realize I guess, do you just not have any backups for that? I hadn't even paid attention. I'm assuming chassis is probably one of the things that doesn't get broken too often, but of course when you get completely crushed, I suppose it does. So anyway, we'll figure out the actions in a bit, my friend. We can't do anything about it until that chassis gets rushed built for us. All right, so in theory we should have a chassis now, unless I goofed, which is always possible. Yeah, there we go. So now we have 2 chassis. All right, 1 for each. Perfect. Do we need backups for chassis, or is that just, again, a thing that just doesn't need to get replaced too often? I actually just don't know. I'm assuming we had at least a backup. Or no, I guess we only lost 1, and that's just the one that we need to replace. I think we'll be okay. I think if it comes up again, we'll just make an emergency build again, because I don't know if we just need to have one sitting around. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. Board confidence check-in. High confidence, that's fair, I guess. We did drop a little bit in the overall rankings, but hopefully they are still sticking with us. Low speed cornering could be improved. I don't disagree. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Actually, our, high speed cornering is not bad at all. 9th, I'll take 9th. 11th over here on dirty air cornering. I like that. But definitely low speed cornering, brake cooling, engine cooling. I mean, there's still several things that are pretty low, but we're starting to make improvements. Our top speed is not the worst, which is awesome. That is actually awesome to think about. So we're definitely starting to make a few improvements, but there's still more work to be done. All right, new race, new opportunity to I don't know. I don't know what our opportunities are here. This is a very interesting race, again, from my understanding. I don't watch, as you guys know, don't watch F1, but I have watched a little bit of bits and bobs of people talking about F1 as I've gotten more into this game. And my understanding is that Monaco is one of those racetracks that there's just not a lot of back and forth. It's just pretty much, what do you qualify in? There's a pretty high chance that that's kind of what you end in, unless, something crazy happens. So we'll see what happens here, just because it's such narrow streets and there's not a lot of opportunity to pass. It's my understanding. If I'm wrong, again, I got bad information. It's not my fault. Okay, let's get into this. We're going to go ahead and bring in Stanek. We'll just keep developing Stanek a little bit. I don't know. Is it worth it? Maybe, maybe not. We might as well. I'd like to kind of get into the habit of using our practice driver, because at some point I would like our backup driver to be someone halfway decent. In fact, Maybe Hogger can just be relegated to backup driver. I mean, yeah, he's not great, but as an emergency person to bring in, maybe he'd be okay. I doubt he'd be happy with that, though. We do have missing car parts over here, huh? Oh, your gearbox. Show. Well, for practice, I wonder if we can get through practice with this one. We can try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'd like to use up the last little bit of that if we can. Same thing with the ERS. Engine, this is the worst of the two engines, or the three engines, I should say. So we'll go with that. Compounds is fine. Car setup, we'll check that here in a second. We do want to put a few more laps on here. So car setup, initial car setup. Let's actually we can set this up once we get to the race itself. I won't mess with it right now. All right, your car parts though. We want to put this engine on. We want that ERS is fine. We'll go back to this gearbox for now. So the engine, what all does the engine? I mean, presumably the engine helps obviously top speed and acceleration, right? Like that's probably the two things that engines help with. So I'm assuming if we're on a track where top speed and acceleration are critical, perhaps we that's a good time to put on a better engine, like that's the best one down here. I even heard somebody, or read somebody made a comment that there might even be an argument to build a brand new engine for a specific track if you know it's like that critical, because it might be worth dropping back a few spots to get that new engine, just so that you can, you know, kind of get that little bit of an edge that you need for that specific track. Obviously, we can't build a new one right now for this guy because he hasn't used his last one anyway. But once we use that last one, my understanding is we'll start building them if we want to. All right, so we've already got a performance bonus for you. For what? The car parts knowledge, I'm assuming? I guess so. All right, let's get into the practice. And we'll manage the first practice. We'll see if we can knock this out pretty quickly here. All right, we'll pause everything. We're going to reconfigure you. Let's go setup. How do we want to do this? Okay, so let's come up here. I'm going to go back to my chart here because why not? It helps. All right, so they're suggesting that, wow, pretty aggressive. That 3.35 and 0.85. Is that even remotely? It's pretty reasonable. I mean, I might wish the oversteer was a little bit one side or the other, but honestly, we'll just go with this. I'm going to see what this does. It might be pretty close already where we want it to be. And it'll be the same thing for you. Just get you set up already as well. That 8.2, 335, and what was it 8.85? Yeah, 8.5. That one's actually quite a bit better because they're a little bit closer to the ends here. So I think we'll go with that. 18 laps is good. Oh, we should have configured before we came in. Yeah, that was dumb on me. I was like, there's a reason why I need to configure this before I go in there, and I just was so focused on let's get in there and get going that I forgot what that reason was temporarily. Oh well. Did it take? No, it didn't take. What did it take? Oh, there we go. It just actually didn't actually confirm it. Yep, that was dumb. That was a mistake. That's okay. I gotta make mistakes or else I don't learn, right? You should still be able to get 2 full stints in, so I'm not super worried about it. But definitely mistakes have been made. All right, let's go ahead and get our 5 of 5, guys. Let's get this going here. Come on. For before the 30-minute mark, I might just let them finish out the entire stint just to try and maximize how much they're actually gaining. Because the longer they're out, the faster they start gaining points. But if we're at 30 minutes, I'll go ahead and bring them in as soon as they hit 5. Come on. Are we going to get 5? He's not going to get 5 over here at all. Well, that's unfortunate. Wow, that's really annoying. Was 18 laps not enough, or did we not do 18 laps? Did I mess something up? Very possible. I thought I set him to 18 laps. All right, so we're got some feedback, but without all the feedback, it's actually going to be really hard to get proper anything, quite frankly. So we'll find this. We'll be able to tweak a couple things here, but I'm gonna have to bump him up quite a bit, it looks like. And we definitely want to change tires, and we want to run. Oh, he must have. Did he not save? It must not have saved for his 15 or for his 18. So we'll send him back out for 18 now. We'll do that. See what that does. Yeah, because he had way more fuel, so it was not set to 18. All right, he got 5 at 5. We'll let him just finish his stint because he's got a couple more minutes here. All right, car number 1. We are wow. Apparently these built-in ones are pretty on point, which it makes sense. You know a track, right? If you're going to know a track, you're going to get pretty close probably using the exact same setup you did last season. And that's one thing that Motorsport Manager used to have, is that you could save setups from previous seasons. So I feel like this is just basically doing that. It's saving a setup that we knew it kind of works, and then you just have to tweak it a little bit based on the specific conditions for that given day. But you're going to be close because, I mean, the track didn't change quite. I mean, it really didn't change that much other than conditions. Now, granted, some conditions probably change things more than others. I'm sure rain. I don't know how you calculate rain and something like this. Like, do you, and I say, just not knowing quite the impact it would make, I actually don't know what rain would do to you. I'm sure you have to be more careful with cornering. I'm sure straights you probably don't get quite as high speed because you probably aren't able to be quite as aggressive putting it down on the, down to the tires. So you still get, straights are probably maybe less, I don't know if I say less important, but just less, there's less gain of your overall speed from a straight probably if it's raining. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of me driving in the rain. I'm not going to be going out there flooring it right away. I mean, I'll build up to a good speed maybe if I'm kind of moving in that direction, but braking's going to be different. Yeah, everything's just going to be so different in rain. So I wonder how much that makes actually a change on these setups and things like that. Okay, so change the tires, got the car set up. Plan is 18 laps. Cool. All right, so let's get you going. I'm going to get you out right at the 30-minute mark. That's actually not bad. And hopefully you get your full 5 of 5 this time because we need it. I suspect the straight is pretty good, but I'd like that proof, obviously. All right. Should have time to finish one more stint as usual. No big deal that we goofed at the beginning. We are pretty slow back here. Comparatively. I mean, we're not pushing it, and I'm sure maybe these other cars are, but, still, I don't know. It's just something to think about. Oh, we're also using our bad engines and our bad gearboxes, so that's huge. That's going to be a big part of this. So yeah, I should not overthink this too much, I don't think. I'm actually not sure if you're still going to get 5 of 5. If we don't get 5 of 5, I'm going to sit him right out exactly as he is. Nope. So we are going to confirm. No changes whatsoever. Well, I didn't change anything. Okay, there we go. And I guess it just filled it back up with gas, which is fine. We're going to see if we can get that 5 of 5. Can you get 5, please? I don't know if he got 5. Nope. I mean, we don't need that much gas, but we're just going to go ahead and do it just so we can get him out the door. Get one more lap in, maybe get... He did get his 5. Can you get 5, please? Please, please, please. There we go. Okay. Obviously, my mistakes did come back and get us a little bit there at the end, but we got everything we needed to get done in that session, so no big deal. $87.91. So we did go a little bit down here. It looks like, right? Because we were at 94 before. He did get his full 500 points. That's awesome. So we'll do some changes here momentarily. Let's. Okay, compound's already set up. Parts we're not going to touch. We are going to bump you back up to 18 and go here. So this is car number 1. We're still optimal. Great. Good. It didn't change. It's still great, good, and optimal. Huh. But it actually went down. That's interesting. 10, 16, 7 to 3, 3, 4, 5, and 9. We will see. All right, so that's good. Nothing else I'm going to change. You get you up to 18 as well. And all right, so we got optimal. Great. Optimal. Good. That attraction, good on both of those guys. All right. 10, 16, 9 to 1. So you're going kind of that direction like the guy did before. 3.15 and 0.3. See what that does. I'm actually going to give you probably 20 laps. I want you to stay out a little bit longer to get more track acclimatization. Acclimatization? That's a weird word, guys. I'm sorry. That's a weird word. I think it effectively means getting acclimated, right? But, and so I'm using a made up word on my own side, but I guess the acclimatization is probably the actual word. Anyway. Sometimes you just see words, you're just like, I don't get it. That doesn't make sense to me. All right. We're going to manage this one. Very close to getting this locked in. All right, we're going to go ahead and send you out. Let you get out the door.
Check.
And there you go. Send you out as well. Cool. Yeah, we just want him to run pretty much as long as he can. Ideally, we'd like him to run almost the full 30 minutes, just to get as much track knowledge as he can get. Part knowledge is almost there. That's awesome. My dogs are starting to sing to each other. If you hear that, I apologize. They are howling at the moon and having a good old time. Oh, it's good stuff. Come on, let's go. 5 above. I don't know if we're going to get it. 18 is apparently not quite enough for Theo. He can usually get it pretty well, but it seems like it is not enough for him. Now, you with 20 laps should be fine in theory. I can't believe he's still not getting it. Wow. So yeah, we're just going to keep it as is and send him out for at least another lap or so. And we'll have to change this to 20. Did you get yours at 20? What? Oh my goodness. How is that even possible? Why is it? Oh. Let's do this then. Let's put you out for 10 laps because I just need something. I just need to go out again real quick with not anything changing. So, man, we're going to send them out for a lot more laps for this last stint. All right, so you got yours. So we're going to bring you back in. And you got yours. That's literally, you were like feet away from getting it. All right. Cool. So tires obviously need to, we're going to do mediums this time. Car parts, we're okay. Car setup. All right. So we are at, back to car 1. We are at optimal, great, optimal, and optimal. Any configuration done to get this last little bit. Potentially this and potentially this. Might squeeze in just a teeny tiny bit. And then we are going to run a plan of, we're gonna do like 24 laps or something crazy. We got to get him. He's just going to stay out for the rest of the race, rest of the time anyway.
We've had a crash.
All right, so you, car number 2. How are we looking? Looking pretty good. Optimal, great, optimal, and optimal. All right. So you want us to ever so slightly tweak this 1 notch. That is it. Try to get the brake stability. But obviously at 98%, we're fine. We're already locked in. This is just, we're going to go ahead and go out anyway, so we might as well. I'm going to do 24 laps there as well. And there we go. I don't know if we'll have time to finish the full 24 laps, but as far as I know, gas doesn't cost us anything, so we might as well fill it up and go as far as we can. All right, I can now go for the rest of the stint. Rest of P2, I should say. Theo should get pretty close to where we want him to be for his. Yeah, he's gonna do pretty good here. I don't know about you. I mean, you're gonna be close to the halfway mark, which is about as close as we could probably hope to get. Are we going to finish 5 of 5 before time runs out? We got the fuel, but I don't know if we got the time.
Sounds like there's been a crash.
All right, there's 5 of 5 for Theo. Come on, Hogger. Come on. There you go. That's all we needed. 40% for his track stuff as well. That's not too bad. He'll be above 80% after the 3rd practice, so should be okay. Now we've already got 14 to 15, 13 to 15. So really, it literally is just track knowledge at this point.
Welcome back as we continue our race weekend with practice soon to finish and then qualifying hot on its heels.
All right, let's go. It's going to be all sunny and stuff, so no rain that we have to worry about. I'm actually going to have you guys go. We can go back to sauce for this. That's fine. I don't want to use a second medium just in case we do need 2 mediums for the race. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. Car parts. We're not going to change the car parts yet. I don't think. We'll change them for qualifying. Not that it's going to matter that much, but we're going to try. And I don't care about the run plan because we're already locked in here. Like literally, we're going to simulate the session. So yours went down, but that's okay. And that's as much as you're going to get, unfortunately. But 14 to 15 is not bad, considering you were out for an entire practice session. All right, we're actually back now. The game actually crashed on me right after the practice P3. So I had to redo P3, but I was simming it anyway, so nothing really changed. So we're still at 100% confidence here. 99% confidence there is our highest. All is well there. So we do need to change some car parts. We need to change out our engine. Oof. Do we go with a brand new engine? Maybe, I guess. What if we want that brand new engine for later, though, you know? I mean, top speed and acceleration is not, like, critical for this particular race, so maybe we can get by with this one. It's probably a mistake, but I'm kind of wanting to save that great engine for something later on. Again, we could always build a new one, but we're going to go with this. We definitely want to put a new ERS, though, I think. And the gearbox as well, so... We'll see. Maybe a mistake, but we'll see. I mean, probably a mistake, quite frankly. But, you know, we'll go with that. This is Theo. I mean, I do want Theo to be as good as he possibly can be, but... we've also got to be strategic here, right? So, it's like, what's the right move? Just build a new engine and just go for it? Like, see, you've got a good engine, which is fine. You know what? I think we're going to have to build Theo a new engine anyway. Because I think part of the reason why his is damaged is because of the accident, right? So, your ERS is actually okay, as is, but your gearbox does need to change. I think we will plan to build Theo a new engine. It's just going to have to happen. We'll save those other 2 engines for practice. Okay. I'd like to give Theo a fighting chance here. All right. Start qualifying. I'm still going to simulate this because I just don't think I don't think we're quite where we can get past 15th yet. If we do start getting past 15th, I absolutely will start playing the qualifiers because that means we actually have a chance to go better than that with some input from me. But until I feel like we're really close, I don't think it's worth our time at this point, quite frankly. All right. Did that. And let's get to race day. Everything's looking good here. We just got to change our strategy. So should be no rain as far as we know. Really single pit even on soft, even with softs thrown into the mix. Interesting. I kind of want to go with something like this. That is really tight though. Is it better just to do another pit somewhere thrown in there? I wonder if doing something like... No, see, I think less pits is better. And the reason I think less pits is better is because I don't think there's going to be... Again, unless I'm misunderstanding how this particular track works, I don't think there's going to be a ton of opportunities for us to pass people. Which means I don't know that the faster tires are really going to help that much. So therefore, the best way for us to gain time, I think, would be to just not pit as much. Supposedly this is the fastest option overall. And it would allow us to push a little bit, although not a lot. And I suppose that one good thing about this option is if we absolutely wanted to, or if we push a little bit harder, we could always come in for some softs at the tail end here, but maybe this is okay. All right, we're going to go with... I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to matter that much. I'm going to have you do... I'm going to have you do this strategy, actually, I think. It's very close to that one. How close was this one to that one? Technically, this one's a little bit faster, so we're actually going to go with this one instead. We'll try those two strategies. They're similar times in theory. In actual practice, we'll find out. One thing I do want to check real quick is... What am I looking for? Reports, circuit info. What is the likelihood of safety cars? So the average pit time loss is 22 seconds. Safety car, it would only be a 12-second pit. So if we can get pit for that, we might come out for some more aggressive tires at that point in time. Apparently we're 50-50 on whether or not there will be a safety car. Interesting over the last 4 seasons. Well, okay, there's been 1 safety car and 3 virtual safety cars with 2 actual safety cars, or two no deployments at all. So we can't, I don't think we can count on safety car in this particular case. I think we're gonna go with this. I don't know. We'll try it. See what happens. And driver options, we'll go ahead and bump you guys up just initially, just for the initial stuff, but I don't think it's really going to matter. We're probably going to pull back from this pretty quickly. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong about the ability to pass. Oh, one thing I do need to check is the there is only 1 DRS. So we're coming we're going around this way, and so we'll pass it here, come this corner, and then we have just a tiny stretch here of DRS. It's not a lot. This is not a lot, guys. Let's go with it as is. I think we're going to be fine. Well, as fine as we can be, all things considered. We are starting in last place. That's probably... Would not be surprised if that's exactly where we end up.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
It is so crowded. I mean, there are tiny opportunities to pass, but it is dangerous in this one, right? I mean, this is crazy. Like, there's Hogger getting a position right there. Because he's the car in front of us. 2 in front of us now. As we're watching this track, I mean, this is just...
And a new position just gained by Williams.
It's just not much, right? I mean, you might gain a little bit, you know, depending on pit strategies and stuff like that. But... Oh, there's a little bit more chance to pass here than I expected. So, there's that turn right there. Okay, we'll take that into account. That's not a DRS zone. That's just a push as much as you can zone. All right, here would be the DRS coming up. Basically, somewhere right about now.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Which obviously we don't have it yet, but I'm just saying that would be where we would expect it to come in. Hogger's pushed up again. I mean, he's on soft tires, so it definitely helps. Okay, we are going to switch to kind of a neutral thing here in a moment, because I don't want to push our battery gains too much. It's funny, we gained literally the entirety of our battery in the first like 2 corners, and that's all the charge we're going to get for the entire lap. So we get about 50%. I'll go ahead and knock these guys down right there. Just gonna put you back on neutral. Get you a little bit of a push here. That's fine, and put you on neutral. Hopefully I didn't go too low, because I don't want these guys to bottom out. That's really the critical factor here. Now pushing is... Oh, did we not just hit the wall? I feel like we just phased through the wall there. I could be wrong. They did not... It looks like we're hitting the wall. What is going on? Maybe we're not. Maybe it just looks like it.
Use DRS.
Alright, so DRS is coming up. So we'll get to see what this looks like. And again, our DRS is one of the best in the field. But is it good enough? Are we not within 2 seconds? Did we not? Or with a second, I mean? Did we not? Did we get it and I just missed it? I guess it just happened real quick or something. Or maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I was expecting more from it there. We have moved up ever so slightly, though. So it's not impossible for us to move up. We do got to start pushing, pulling the tires back. We're going to go back down to aggressive here. We're going to go back to aggressive view as well. Because we don't have much. We're putting it right on the line. In fact, we might have already pushed too much, quite frankly. Or maybe we should push and plan a second pit stop. You know, it's which way is best. For this particular track, that is. I think for most tracks, it will be better to do a 2-pit strategy and just go more aggressive on the tires. But I just don't know about this track in particular. Alright, so we should be getting DRS here in just a moment. I just want to see if it actually kicks in this time. I just missed it. There it is. There's DRS. Maybe it wasn't actually... Maybe it was just saying that a lap it was enabled. That's probably what it was. Or it's also possible I just missed it. Either option is highly likely. Because I can't remember which lap it actually is. And you guys probably already know. I just see it when it comes up. Alright, we're still pushing pretty hard. We're going to have to drop down to standard here and standard here if we want to avoid another pit stop. Which again, not convinced that's the right move or not. I'm okay with pushing the fuel a bit harder still, because we're still behind people. We're only gonna be able to push so much anyway, so I think this is okay. Now Hogger is got a lot of open air. Now he's gonna start pushing through some more fuel a little bit more than Theo will. Hogger's having a pretty impressive race. Now again, he is on softer tires, and we know that soft tires are really good after patch 1.8, so we're just going to hope that the tires cool down a little bit and we can make them last. I think he's going to need another pit stop no matter what we do, quite frankly. Really the only thing he can do is try and defend off... Oh, wow. Did he just push that up to over a second? Okay, then. So Hogger's in a spot where, as long as he runs his race and he runs it okay, I mean, there's not going to be much position changing with him right now. So I think we can go back to Theo and see what he can do. We can do some harvesting, so we can prepare for some overtaking, stuff like that. We'll see. I mean, he's a little bit under on the gas, but I think we're still okay. I just really can't go more aggressive on the tires with either of them. Which again points to the likelihood that 2 pit stops is still the right plan here. Alright. Just right on this guy's tail. But just the DRS zone is so short. We just don't get much benefit for it here. It's going to come up here in just a moment. We'll see if we can get something here. He's right on this guy's tail. Can we get it? Come on, guys. I have my doubts, because that corner right there slows you down so much. Then you're going to get DRS, and then it's gone here. There it goes. It's gone. So we did get it past there. We're going to be able to maintain it. I think we will. Okay, I think we're okay. So we did get one there. Impressive. Impressive. So we're getting a few things here and there. Now, Hogger's got to worry about the guy behind him now. He's within a second, although he might be able to... He might be able to push that a little bit more here. Now Theo's got some work to do to get within a second, though. So maybe we do, you know, deploy or do something a little bit more aggressive here. I think Hogger's got enough of a gap on... Is that Ricardo, whatever his name is? I don't know his name. He's got enough of a gap on him that even with him having DRS, I don't think he catches us. But I could be wrong here. In fact, we can go look at Hogger and look at behind him. All right, so here comes the DRS here in just a moment. Is it enough? Come on, come on, push, 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 push. Here he is. He's got it open. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Can we fend him off? I think we can. Yep, we got it. So, there's no DRS here, and we're good. Now, he's closer, though. He's closer now, though, which means there's a good chance that he could pass us on the next one. Honestly, with as little passing as chances as there are, I'm wondering if neutral is even the right move. Maybe you just do a lot of harvest and defend, or harvest and overtake, things like that. Because just, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are more gaps there, more opportunities there than I think. Let's wait for this next DRS zone. And then I think we're going to switch you to harvest and see if we can do a better job of defending. Honestly, you're almost within a second of Vettel in front of you. I mean, one more lap here, we might. There's a chance we could catch him. All right, our softs are looking. They're a little bit below the line, but not so much that we should be able to get within the window, but we might have to pit a little early. Suppose we could also always go on conserve, but ideally we don't go that path if we can help it. All right, so that was the DRS. Now we're going to go ahead and harvest. Got plenty of. We still got plenty of charge to get this cycle, so we should be able to get a pretty good charge here. Although it will take 2 laps for us to get, you know, all that we need. All right, here in a second, I'm going to put him on defend. Harvest. It's possible he wouldn't have passed us anyway, but I just felt like it's worth trying to get something going there. I think we're still okay on Theo harvesting for a little bit longer, because I'd like him to start deploying to try and catch up with this guy here. All right, fuel is starting to come down for both of them. I'm actually going to put you both on balanced. I don't want to get too crazy here. There's Theo way back there.
Coast level 3.
Copy.
All right, so we've gained as much as we can, unfortunately. I mean, we can keep this guy defended for quite a while here, to be fair, but... Alright, we actually want... I think I want you to just deploy. I want to see if you can catch him on this lap. Can you get caught up? If you can get within a second, get us DRS again. This can make some things interesting here. 3 seconds behind, though. I don't know if he can make it. He had 100. That was not what I wanted to see. Gave him just a little too much energy there. Should get quite a bit used on this next, this part right here. It's down to 2 seconds. It's not going to get within DRS, unfortunately. Alright. Defend with what little bit you got left. If you can get a little bit more spent here. I mean, he's going to drain out pretty quickly here, but can we get within a second? Oh. He's right there. Is he not within a second? That close? That's impressive. That's not a second. Oh, there we go. Now he's within a second. Let's go neutral. Stay there. There's not really any point in harvesting at this point because there's nothing to harvest. I mean, we've already used we've already charged as much as we can. Well, I say that there's no reason to harvest. It means you don't use some of what you've got, I guess, to be fair. So there's still, I guess, a reason to harvest. Harvest doesn't get you more, but it means you use less for that little bit. It's not really going to have anything left here, unfortunately. So what we want to do is I just wanted to keep him close. Let him get DRS here. And then we'll start harvesting this next lap, I think. Not deploy, defend.
Full deploy.
So he's going to get DRS. He's going to be able to stay close. Oh, he got us. Defend did not work. All right, fair enough. All right, we're going to go ahead and back to harvest for both of you guys and see if we can potentially get an overtake coming up here in a second. Oh, wait a minute. We're still fighting. I didn't realize he was not actually in front of us. Oh, there he goes. Oh, good take. Good take. Good. I mean, I could have deployed there, stayed ahead of him. I don't know. Not deployed, but overtake.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
I just want to... We're going to have a chance to overtake here in a moment. Maybe. Oh, wow. He's getting up there. Can we stay within a second? No, because he's using ERS and we're not. I wanted... Okay, we're going to go back to neutral. It might be too little too late at this point. Yeah, it's too little too late. Okay, we messed up there. That's fair. We can get it back, but we did definitely made a mistake there. Because we're not going to have DRS, but he's not going to have it either. So, relative positioning overall shouldn't change that much. Man, he's going crazy. He's really pushed it far now. I think we're going to have to do a full-on harvest deploy cycle, or maybe we just deploy here. See if we can catch him.
Yeah. Deploy.
Or at least close the gap a little bit. We just didn't have anything left. I mean, I'm not pushing on the gas, I'm not pushing on the tires, but again, is that a mistake? Should we just plan on another pit? Yeah, he's just booking it now. I don't know what the right move is at this point. I mean, one thing we could do is we could harvest and then just put everything on max while we're doing a deploy for a lap to see if we can get something back at that point. We're going to come out on harder tires after our pit, so not expecting to gain ground there. Really, the only gain we're going to get at this point would be a pit stop gain. If they decide to pit stop before we do, or more frequently than we do. I mean, look at his tires though. He's been way softer on it, or way easier on his tires than we have. We're more at this level. He's 10% higher. That is crazy to be able to push that fast without really degrading your tires that early at all. That's impressive. I feel so limited by the tires, really. Still change our plan. Like, what's the best we could do here? I mean, passing 16th would be nice. Do we actually think we can get much more than that, though? I don't know. 22 seconds for a pit stop. We would have to gain 22 seconds over the course of a set of soft tires. I don't know if that's doable. I don't know if we gain 22 seconds. It's possible. I think these top cars can gain 22 seconds over the course of a set of soft tires. I just don't know if we can gain 22 seconds over the course of a set of soft tires. Expect Theo to pass us. I was gonna say pretty soon here. Oh man, look at that. Don't be fighting side by side here, guys. Come on, come on. Like seriously, I mean I could tell him to let one through, but come on. Should I have to? There we go. There goes Theo. We are so far behind McLaren now. Has he really not been I mean, he's still not pushing his tires at all. That is crazy. He's got the same percentage on his softs as we do on our mediums. What? Now, some of that could be smoothness, right? If you have good smoothness skill, you don't degrade your tires quite as much, right? So obviously our drivers are going to degrade their tires faster than most. But a 10% gap is crazy. All right, I think since we haven't used any yet, we're going to try something. We're going to harvest up. Actually, you just stay neutral. We're going to let Theo take this first. We're going to try harvesting up, and then we're just going to push him as much as we possibly can with a full deploy for, a lap or two, and see if we can gain any of that ground back. And I'm hoping Theo might be able to pull Hogger with him a little bit. I mean, it's possible Hogger won't be able to stay close enough, and if that's the case, we'll just have to make some adjustments, but if Hogger can stay close while Theo's, going fast, then Hogger's going to keep getting DRS and hopefully again, it's not a very big DRS zone though. So it's really not making that much of a difference on the total lap times, I would assume. Really, your tires are still getting warm. Oh, we have to go conserve. Guess we'll go light here. That's crazy. What about yours? Yours are pretty warm too, to be fair. But while we're waiting for this push, let's go ahead and try and cool the tires off a little bit. It is, I don't know. Doesn't seem super warm necessarily. You really gonna try and pass him? I guess you are. Faster tires, to be fair, but come on. Oh, and he's harvesting. That's true. All right, we're going to set you back to neutral for just a little bit. I'm actually going to have you harvest a bit. I guess at this point, if you are in the lead, maybe we try it with you first. Although I really hope that we can get the tires cooled down a bit. Not sure if that's going to happen. As we're getting further and further behind with this. Yeah, I think one pit is just a mistake. I think we're going to push as far as we can and just plan on switching to hard sooner and then eventually switching back to soft at the end. I mean, they're just swapping back and forth based off DRS at this point, right? Okay, I think we try it with you here in just a moment. I'm going to put you back on harvest temporarily. And we're going to, when we get around to this edge over here, we're going to go all out and see what happens. I don't think we catch anything, but I just want to see what happens. Alright. Full on deploy, full on push, full on attack. What can you do for a lap or two here?
Use the rest.
Can we make a dent in this 11.5 seconds at all? I mean, he doesn't have DRS, so
Okay, keep pushing, keep pushing.
it literally is just us racing as fast as we possibly can. Oh, Hogger just dropped back too much. All right, fair enough, but he will have DRS coming up, so.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
This is that conservative. Again, we've got to avoid. Okay, so the next time he comes around this side here, we're going to do the same thing with him. We've only gained like 0.6 seconds so far. We've really not gained hardly anything here. We would have to do this for so many laps to make any gains here at all. To be fair, one of our weaknesses is what? Low speed corners, and I'm assuming there's a lot of low speed corners here. So I think it's very, very probable that this is just not our racetrack, you know? This is just a racetrack that our car does not have good strengths toward. Because DRS is one of our best things. There's virtually zero DRS zone here at all. Top speed is not bad for us. Top speed is not important here. Acceleration's okay for us. Acceleration's not super big here. High speed cornering. I mean, how many high speed corners are there? I mean, I guess you call this one over here, maybe this one right here, the only like high speed corners. I mean, those might even be medium speed. I'm not sure. I don't know what the breakdown is there. But we're really not getting. I mean, if we could stay this way forever, sure, we might eventually catch him, but that is obviously not doable. And that is literally all of our ERS. We've done everything we can. Wow. And we only gained 1.3 seconds maybe. Just not enough. So again, the only way we're going to make any gains here at all is if somehow our pit strategy works better with a single pit, which I don't know. What if they single pit though? All right, we're going to see what you can do, Hogger. All right, Hogger's back ahead. Now 4 seconds behind you. That's crazy.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I think at this point, 17 and 18 would be a win for us. If we can maintain 17 and 18 for this race, that's probably the expectation and the win that we're going to get here. Come on, Hogger, push it to... Okay, we're past the second now. Can we keep it? Keep it from getting DRS here. That would be... Oh, I don't think so. We had it for a second. Let's go to you. Watch behind you. We got it here. I think we got it when it triggered. I don't think he gets it. Because it's triggering wasn't somewhere right over here. I can't remember exactly where. I'm sure there's a thing on the side of the wall or a sign or something like that that tells us when it triggers. I'm not seeing it because I'm not familiar with it.
Check the DRS.
Okay. So we're going to go back to harvest. We're going to go back to balance. We're going to go back to standard. He's going to have to pit very, very soon. We are going to do a two-pit thing for him, unfortunately. Just the way it's going to end up being. Just because I tried to push it. I just want to see what could happen. But not enough. In fact, he might have to pit this next lap. How much sooner are we? Several laps sooner. So yeah, we're definitely a two-pitter. Can he go one more lap? I actually don't know. I can't tell. I think he can go one more. So I think once he crosses the line, we schedule his pit. All right, let's bring it back on hards, which is fine. Again, we'll have to do another pit later. That's okay. We'll just go with this.
We are boxing this lap.
Which does mean we can kind of go a little bit crazy here, probably.
And go push. Let's reduce lifting coast.
It's just barely going to ding below 30. Maybe. I can't tell. Because obviously the pit's coming up here just a second. There we go. Okay.
Copy. Watch the white line on exit.
So we're expecting a 22-second pit if we meet average, which I think we're going to go past it, aren't we? Yeah, look at that. We're a full 3, 4, 5 seconds slower than the expected pit time. That's pretty bad. That's really bad, guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and just do a full deploy, see if we can get anything here while we got some fresh tires.
Yeah. Deploy. Copy.
Still trying to do a single pit with him, especially with our pit being as bad as they are. Keep Hogger on aggressive for now, since it's maybe on the hards. He's not going to degrade quite as quickly. All right, I got to speed things up here. I don't think there's much going to happen here, much going to change here. So let's go ahead and we're going to go 60 next, and we'll just keep an eye on stuff. Pit when we need to over here for Porsche. Hogger's starting to gain, well, he gained a little bit of ground there. I mean, those fresh tires, even though they're slower tires, are, you know, doing something. We're down to 8 seconds. Wow. Apparently fresh tires are important. Are we pushing these more than we should, though? No, we're still good. Yeah, we're going to open pit options. We're going to go on to, what was it supposed to be? I forget where we're going to. Oh, hearts. I was like, where's my strategy? There it is. Hards is the strategy. Oh, I see the arrows now. So, obviously, still not fast tires over here, unfortunately, but we are going to go ahead and attack, go ahead and push. We're going to go ahead and we'll just keep it on neutral for now. Actually, I'm going to put you on harvest because I'd like to deploy after the pit. Can we get it better than 27-second pit time here? Probably not. Ever so slightly better. But for all intents and purposes, not. Come on. Let's where's my options? There we go. Let's go full deploy. I should cut it down to under 3 seconds over here. With a pit, right? Because that guy hasn't pit yet? No, wow. That's pretty good, actually. You picked up the fast... There's no... That doesn't make any sense. Obviously, that's not going to stand. But it's pretty funny. Oh, you're dead over here. We're just going to harvest back up to around 50%, and then we will... Let's see... Okay, good enough. Set you on neutral. We're going to put you down to aggressive. We've actually gone a little bit crazier than I meant to. You're still good. We should be able to pull this back up, though. Actually, we're going to go ahead and go down to standard and balanced.
And a new position just gained by Williams. And there's an overtake from Williams.
All right, so far so good. We're putting some gap between us and Aston Martin, which is really the big one that we need. Anything beyond that's kind of just icing. Oh, it's because we came in early. It's not showing my correct chart here. Oh, it set it on aggressive, really? Oh, because I was aggressive when I came in for pit. That's why this is looking funny. So I actually don't know if we're okay or not. Can we? I don't want to pit, but can we? Can't adjust the strategy at all. I like to make it see what it looks like. Can we? Nope. Don't think so. Unless there's a place that I'm just missing. Oh, here we go. Can we change strategy here? So, if we come in, let's actually drop this down to. Let's do there. That works. And then we'll bring in. How late can we go? Right about there. And if we come back in for softs, that actually would work. And we have a little bit of wiggle room there to really push it here at the end, and probably could go. Maybe not. If we delay it by a lap, delay it by 2 laps. We can at least go aggressive. We stay aggressive here, go aggressive there. Now we might be able to stretch this hard a little bit longer, which is fine. So that's something. Does that strategy stay? It doesn't stay. Did I? Oh, I didn't create it. Okay. Let me try this again. Was it 57? No, 50... 59. All right, create strategy A. So that's going to be the strategy we're going to be going for the rest of this race. It's cool that we can set that back up. I think we're okay here. Let's try that. Fairly solidly in 17th, 18th spot now. There's a lot of time between us and Aston Martin, although, you know, 10 seconds is definitely something they could make back up, you know, pretty easily with, you know, the right type of tires and stuff like that. They've already done their pit. What did they come out on? Hards? Everybody's on hards right now. Okay, cool. We might be the only ones coming out on one more. We might be the only ones doing the double pit, to be fair.
We've just had a crash on the track.
All right, so we're kind of flip-flopping here, which is fine. Let them do what they do. Can we make it to 59? Looks like we can. I'm going to actually have you start harvesting. I'd really like you to push it as hard as you can once we come out on the softs. And you can actually go attack here, I think. Maybe not. I'm sorry we didn't get the pit message yet because we're in the optimal lap. Alright, let's go attack. Let's go push. Let's go deploy. See if we can gain any of this ground back. And we're going to be burning through these tires like crazy. Alright, we got to drop this down to aggressive because that's the plan we went with initially. It's possible we went too far already. I think we can still swing it. But we do have a lot of ground to make up, and I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so we are... I didn't mean to harvest that much. That's good enough there. Alright, let's just settle in and see what happens here. I mean, we're starting to gain a little bit of ground, maybe here. Apparently we're getting DRS on somebody, probably somebody who lapped us. Which actually may mean that we don't catch them. Because I think there's a bug still that you can't pass somebody, you can't unlap yourself. I think is the case. We have been lapped, so maybe we can keep pushing. We're not going to unlap this though. We're definitely getting 17th, and I don't think we're making anything here. So, yeah, the extra pit was definitely a mistake. Fair enough. Did anybody go? One other person, two other people. Actually, Verstappen. That's his name, right? I forget these guys' names. Forgive me. He did a double pit. Impressive. But he can get away with it, right? So, looks like we were double lapped. All right, well, not the result we were hoping for. You know, definitely for us, it's a mistake to do a second pit. But that one was good. I'm okay with Theo finish. That was probably about where we wanted to be on this particular track. All right. Well, there we go. Pretty long episode, unfortunately, but I kind of really slowed it down at the beginning there because I was trying to really see what we could squeeze out. And maybe I should have just accepted that this was just not going to be a race for us, quite frankly. But there we go. That's it. Another race in the books. We got another one in 11 days. Looks like we can do some more research here momentarily. And we got a skill point. Actually, a couple skill points to give out. So good stuff there, I suppose. But hopefully the next track is a little bit more, you know, our... what am I looking for? Circuit info, probably. So top speed, but low speed corners, unfortunately. But top speed on DRS is something that's beneficial for us. So two things that are good for us, two things that are not so good for us. So we'll see what happens here. There are 2 DRS zones on this one. So there's definitely a decent chance for us to make some moves on this one just because of our pretty good DRS. But anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.